Americans are leaving this country in record numbers. And I'm not talking about vacation. I'm talking packing their bags, booking their flights, and leaving for good.
My husband and I have decided that we just can't do it anymore.
People are saying the new American dream is to leave America, so come with us to CarMax to sell my car.
I want to know where y'all going. Take me.
Go to other country and don't go back to United States. So you don't need to worry about your student loan. You don't need to worry about credit score. And you can use all your credit card. You don't need to pay back your student loan anymore. You know what I mean? Leave. And you are not supposed to be a financial slave anyway. United States is not getting better. It's only going to decline. No one can pull it back. So leave as soon as possible. Open up your mind and pay attention to what I just tell you.
Americans are leaving this country in record numbers. And I'm not talking about vacation. I'm talking packing their bags, booking their flights, and leaving for good. In the first few months of 2025 alone, the amount of people that just said, "I'm done," and moved abroad doubled from the year before. That's not just a blip, okay? That's a wave. So why? Same reasons you and I complain about every day. Cost of living going through the roof, political chaos that never seems to end, and the fear of safety even when you're just going to the grocery store. But here's the thing, it's not just dreamers or millionaires doing it. It's normal people. It's people with families. It's young people, old people, retirees, people who are working remote. One common thread holding all of these people together is they just want a dignified life. That's why you're seeing places like Greece, Spain, France, Portugal. Their cafes are filling up with Americans who are just done. People love to scream, "If you don't like it, leave." Well, we are thousands and thousands of us. We will be joining that wave soon. If you're curious about moving abroad, stick around, because we're about to embark on this journey ourselves, and we can't wait. At the end of the day, people like us just want to make life work. And if we think that we can do that better outside of this country, then who's to say we can't?
I had just made the executive decision that I will be permanently leaving the United States in less than a year and a half. Say what you will, but this is every reason I have of why I want to leave. Let's speed run this shit. Number one, if you're not making at least $150,000 a year or more, or at least have multiple streams of income, congratulations, you will be struggling for a very long time. Rent is incredibly expensive. It is almost impossible to buy a house. People cannot afford to rent an apartment or to live by themselves. Wages have been decreasing. Insurance is a scam. Healthcare and insurance has went up, and millions of American citizens no longer have healthcare. Many of the jobs online that you can apply to are fake. Hundreds of thousands of people are losing their jobs. Inflation keeps increasing, and all the administration has to do is blame Biden for it. Number two, racism is extremely belligerent all across the United States. Not just towards black people, but for other people of color who isn't a white Christian. Black people and other people of color are losing their rights, their equality, and their freedom. Asians, Hispanics, Arabs, Muslims, the list goes on. This country is incredibly hateful, spiteful, and the only thing they do is blame others for their downfall. Since the beginning of 2025, based on records, 7 black men has been found lynched. Still no justice for any of them to this day. White supremacists, Proud Boys, Nazis, they're out there marching, chanting out in public while our government, our president, and our law enforcement does nothing about it. Number 3, we are completely controlled by Israel and billionaires. We fall under an oligarchy. But hey, at least Elon Musk will become a trillionaire, right? Number 4, since the beginning of 2025, there has been 75 school shootings. 53 are dead, while 148 were injured. There has been 84 mass shootings, not including school shootings. The death count is still climbing to this day. Number 5, bombing and going to war with unnecessary countries. Iran, Venezuela, need I say more? Number 6, tariffs. They have done nothing but make the American citizens' lives harder. All it did was make everything more expensive. It was supposed to bring back jobs to the United States, but we're actively losing them. Number 7, our administration and the government has severely defunded the education system. Colleges, high schools, even Ivy Leagues has been severely defunded. So much so that they don't even have enough money to give out scholarships to the kids who rightfully deserve it. Number 8, tax breaks, not for the average American citizen, but for billionaires and anyone else who is making over $250,000 a year. Anyone else who falls under that bracket, congratulations, you're getting taxed more. And number 8, insurance company has the absolute right to decline you of any services if they don't feel like paying it to you. If you get cancer, break an arm, maybe get sick or something else happens, maybe a car accident, they can look at that shit and go, nah. Or better yet, they could just flat out cancel your insurance claim. or your account. Number 9, maternity leave fucking sucks in the United States. The most you'll ever get, especially after you've gave birth, is maybe 2 months. Most likely less. Remember, you're a slave to the corporation. You don't actually have freedom. Pay time off, sick leave, just about. You get hardly any of that. When you have accumulated at least 2 weeks of vacation time in the last 3 years alone, they will do everything they can to keep you from not taking it. What can I say? That's American corporations, right, America? Number 10, there are American celebrities and billionaires, including multiple people who hold a chair in the government affiliation and power, are human traffickers. Number 11, America doesn't have universal health care. That's a big one. So if you get sick, have cancer, break a leg, maybe get shot, guess what? It costs you an arm and a leg to get better. I still have like 10 more, but I'm not going to do that. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. America's the greatest country in the world.
People are saying the new American dream is to leave America, so come with us to CarMax to sell my car. Context. I'm trying to minimize as many monthly bills as I can between now and 8 months from now, which is August. I spend around $500 a month on the car. Insurance, car note, gas, etc. That equals up to $4,000 between now and when I leave. I got my money! So in case some of you guys are unfamiliar with how selling your car works, if you have a loan balance, you pretty much get an offer from wherever you're going. Kind of know where your loan balance is standing, but if, for example, CarMax gave me $13.5 thousand for my vehicle, but I only owed $6,000, so I left here with $6,861.97. Back home from selling my car, I did leave CarMax with a draft. So a draft, you have to deposit into a bank account. You can't go and get cash. You have to put it into account with your name on it. So I've already done that. Process was pretty easy. CarMax called my bank, got my remaining loan balance, and I left there the same day with the difference. So I am $6,861.97 in to the saving. A lot more to go, but I do plan on filming my process and my journey up until I leave as to what I'm getting rid of, what I'm downsizing, and how much I'm saving. So stay tuned if you want to learn more about that.
If you're American and you're looking at the news right about now thinking, yep, this is the year I need to get my ass out. These are some of the countries that I would suggest you look into. These are the countries I'm looking into in case any goes left. First of all, I'll be taking my ass back to Thailand. Thailand is one of those countries that's like, listen, I'm not getting in the middle of this. I'm standing on the outside. We got to worry about our borders and keeping our people safe. We're not trying to get into international affairs like that, all right? You can get the Destination Thailand visa, which is a 5-year tourist visa, just by having enough funds and taking a class where you learn Thai culture even deeper. I already got my visa, so I'll just be going back home. The next place I'm looking into is Portugal. Portugal has been high on my list of places to visit because it's one of the top places that Americans have been exiting to. If I was looking for a place where I can move to long term and get my citizenship there, it would be this country. Portugal has a digital nomad visa, which grants you 2 years in the country, and then you could renew that digital nomad for an additional 3 years. After 5 years of residency in Portugal, you can apply for permanent residency. That is what a lot of Americans are doing right now, selling all their stuff, their home and everything, and going to live in Portugal. Another country I'm looking into is Albania. If I just wanted to get out and land somewhere where I can just feel stable for a while, this is probably where I would go. I've been watching a lot of people who are doing that move to Albania, and they're saying how safe it is. It's actually really cheap there. Albania is beautiful and is not yet overrun by tourists and foreigners. So it's still a gem at this point of time. Now, don't be surprised when I pop up in one of these countries sometime soon.
When did we decide that it was time to leave the United States? I get this question a lot, and I wish that there was just one aha moment where I knew for sure it was time to go. Unfortunately, it was much more of a slow burn. However, there was a time frame that I think really tipped me over the edge, and I'm going to talk about that. When he won the election in 2024, I think we were in shock, and so we decided to give ourselves 6 months to see how it was going to go. Those 6 months felt bad. Not only did things not get less expensive, We also had an e-commerce business that was greatly affected by the tariffs that went into place. We both worked full-time in addition to having this e-commerce business, and we still were feeling financially stretched. I think what became clear sometime in the spring, early summer, is how different the United States was going to be after his presidency. It wasn't going to be like, okay, well, if we can get through these 4 years, then it won't feel so bad anymore. There's just so much destruction that has happened, dismantling the Department of Education, the CDC, the EPA, ruining our national parks, or at least attempting to, healthcare, childcare. These are all things that are being torn down, not fixed. And so thinking about my kids' futures, it's going to be a very different United States for my kids' generation than it was for me growing up. I don't know how we would afford college for 3 kids in the United States, if I'm being fully honest. I was worried about gun violence every single day. And all of these little things, I think, something clicked in the early summer where I was like, oh, this is irreparable damage, or at least damage that's probably not going to be fixed in my lifetime. And that's ultimately what pushed us to do it. Just not feeling like there was a great future for our kids if we stayed in the United States.
In case you haven't realized it yet, America is indeed over. It is a surveillance state actively escalating into a dictatorship. Mark my words, flights will be grounded by the end of the year, if it even makes it that far. We're about to be coming up on the busiest travel time of the year. And do you see what the airports look like? We are having masked men in regular clothes, snatching people off of the streets, out of their homes, out of their schools, out of their churches. If you think for a fucking second any of this is going to backtrack, that anything is going to go back to normal, you are delusional. Okay, I have seen this coming for years. I have never put a timeline on anything before, but I guarantee you, by the end of 2025, America will be cut off from the rest of the world. If I'm wrong, sue me. I don't fucking care. If I help anyone get out in time, it's worth it. I have predicted this for years. I've predicted that this was coming. I have said that this was coming. People have called me fucking crazy. And I don't give a fuck anymore because everything I said was going to happen has happened, is happening, will happen. If you are an activist, if you are a member of a marginalized community, if you are vocal whatsoever about what is going on or have been in the past, get the fuck out while you still can. Trump is actively invading Venezuela and is about to invade Mexico. He wants America cut off from the rest of the world. Sell what you can and go figure it out. If you have the fucking urge to leave, listen to it. It is your intuition screaming at you, begging you to understand the gravity of what is coming.
My husband and I have decided that we just can't do it anymore. We decided to break our lease early and to just leave the country as soon as possible. We're thinking Vietnam initially, then Thailand. Our plan so far is to work every single day until we get over there, to use Delta points to fly there, and to use Hilton points to be able to stay at least for free for the first 3 months. While I'm there, I plan on doing English teaching online to supplement income, but I do plan on having as much money saved as possible. Just need a mental break. At first, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take a year siesta to get my life together and, get my mental health together. But honestly, it's just so stressful being here. We don't know how long we want to stay gone, but we do know that we're going to travel a few countries and we want to stay gone at least 2 or 3 years now. We are literally going to turn our whole lives upside down in the next 6 months. So if y'all have any suggestions, please let us know, because at this point we're just winging it. We're just going to sell everything, leave, and just take it from there.
And hold my hand, my love, when I say this. They're trying to trap us in the United States. They don't want us to leave the United States, but yet they don't want us here. Make that make some type of sense, bro. Eventually our passports aren't even going to be able to be accessed across the country. I saw a video of this dude who got to Thailand and then got deported back to America. Like, what the, are you kidding? Like, bro, the American dream is to leave America, and they're catching on. So stay safe, y'all. I love you.